Hey, good morning to you.
Hi.
How's your day going?
Like I said, could be better.
Could be better.
Yeah.
So what's your name?
Melissa.
That's a nice name. Nice to meet you, Melissa.
Nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
Delaware County.
Okay. All right. How old are you?
31.
You're young. So what brings you out here to Kensington, PA?
Messing my life up.
What was your childhood like?
That could have been better too.
Could have been better too. You had a traumatic childhood?
My sister passed away from cancer when I was 4. My dad started smoking crack heavy. My mom always worked. She didn't know she was 6 months pregnant with my baby sister until a couple weeks after my older sister passed. So my mom was really not there much because she was working, and I just see my dad using. My mom ended up moving me and my baby sister to Chester, and that's the hood, so it was kind of rough growing up. I didn't want to go to Chester High, so I moved back in with my dad. He was still using. He always worked, but he introduced me to coke when I was 12. I would have his dealers coming in and throwing me coke and other drugs too.
At a young age?
They'd be like, yeah, when you're 18, you're mine. And I did have some of his dealers try things, but no, I don't know.
They were feeding you drugs?
Yeah.
And trying things?
Yeah. I was experimenting, and I have 2 older brothers, so my one brother was in and out of jail a lot. He'd be selling when he'd be on the streets, and my other brother, he used a lot, and he always worked since he was 14. He always had a job, and I don't know, reminds me a lot of my dad. My dad always had a job, but he still used, and
there was nobody there to look out for you?
Didn't feel like it, no.
With the traumatic childhood you grew up with,
Yeah.
how would you say your life is now?
Well, I had a couple years clean, and I have 4 kids. I had a baby at 16, then my next was 19, and then we just had a baby in 2010 and 2021. Sorry, my mind's my heart's racing.
Okay.
I was going to GD classes. I was really trying to be on my shit, trying to be a mom, and my boyfriend, the father of my youngest, he started using. I just kept begging him to stop using because it wasn't just about me. He was helping me raise my son. I ended up finding a crack pipe, and that's when I relapsed because I kept finding needles, and I think my downfall is the crack. I told myself I would never use crack, but because my dad using it, I always hated the smell, and it just always reminded me of growing up. But
I stay away from people that use.
That was the problem. I was trying to get away from them. I was on this program that helps mothers that are battling addiction. They take you to I was on the methadone clinic. They were taking me to the clinic. One day I came home, and my 7-week-old baby, the father of my youngest, she was hurt. Her father hurt her. He was in the paper, and everything got ripped away from me. So that's when I relapsed.
Are you still with him?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
They want me to testify and all that, so I really want to get clean, especially for my kids, because the father of my oldest 2, he started using meth. Now he's locked up for attempted murder. He never been in jail. He's always been there for our kids, and now they're kind of going through because I'm out here and he's booked right now. And I still can't wrap my head around like everything with like my kids. At first, when I first came out here, I was like, why is this happening to me? Like, I was doing everything right. My kids just got ripped away from me. But really, like, after the father of the oldest two, when he got booked, I was like, why is this happening to them? Like, they shouldn't be going through any of this. Like, they're just children. My daughter's way too grown. She's 14 and she's way too grown.
She's
like,
in the system?
No, they're with family, so that's a blessing. Like, all my kids are with family, so.
Have your family tried to get you off these streets?
My mom, once she hates it when she can't get a hold of me because I had multiple phones stolen. Like, I can't keep a phone number. I'll call every once in a while just to like touch base. But yeah, my boy, like, he was taking Ubers from Chester up here. When he finally found me out here, I was already out here for like 5 months, and like, it's crazy because like I had somebody hitting me with dope in like my neck, and I just looked over and I see my boy, and I just like broke down crying. He said that everybody wanted me home.
How old is he?
He's like 50, in his 50s.
Okay.
He's always been there. Like, every time I get booked or in treatment, he always looks out for me. Like, he just wants to see me do good. He's been cursing me out a lot. Like, he really.
It's good you have somebody in your corner that's still,
Yeah, everybody.
And he doesn't use at all.
No, he works all the time, and he's getting tired of spending like money on, and he feels like he's enabling me, but I don't know. Okay. I hit him with bullshit all the time. Became a really good liar.
You hit him up when you get sick and stuff.
Yeah, and like I really don't walk the Ave, and I don't try to trick and all that. Like, females ending up in suitcases and all that. Like, I'm scared. Don't get me wrong. I've made decisions where I had to do things that I didn't want to do for money being out here.
Right.
But that's like kind of my last resort. I'd rather like sell works or some other things other than myself. So I don't know. But with all this like court coming up with my kids, and like my daughter keeps reaching out. She just started high school 2 days ago. I'm just really trying to get right. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it, how to go about it, because this withdrawal is so different from how the dope used to be. It used to be good for 8 to like 10 hours at least without getting sick. Like, I don't know. I'm just.
Where do you see yourself in 6 months?
Hopefully in a rehab, and gotta call my PO. Cause like I ran from probation, I only had a couple months left, but I don't know. Hopefully rehab. I'm right for my kids and myself.
Do you participate in the samples out here?
I do.
You do? Why?
It's free drugs.
There's no other way. You have no choice. You gotta get your fix or you're gonna be sick.
Yeah.
And you shoot up.
Yeah, I never had a mark on my body.
Never had a mark on your body until
this run.
How long you been shooting for?
I started when I was 21, and it's been since like the couple years being out here. This dope like eats people's bodies away. People are losing limbs, and it's just. My friend was like, "You look like you've been through a fucking fire. Like, what is wrong with you?" There's nothing I can do about it. Like, 8 months.
You got your loved ones and your family telling you?
My family hasn't even seen me like this.
They haven't seen that.
I'm usually thick. Got my weight up. Like,
you get back, you know.
I know.
It's redemption. You get back. Just gotta, you know, woman up. Yeah. Do you see change for Kensington?
They're trying, but no, it's gonna be really hard. Kensington's always been fucked up. This girl was like, Kensington is like Disney World for drug addicts. She was really hype about that. She was from like some whole other area. And
how much do you make a day hustling?
Like I said, I don't really try to deal with men, so I literally just get by. Like, it's really hard. I'm sick way more than I want to be.
Are you homeless out here?
Yeah.
How long you been homeless for?
Well, when I first came out here, I was dealing with men, and I had more money, and like I was staying in hotels or either like with people I knew or with men that I knew, and but I have my friend's dad in my life, and he's been trying to keep me from having to sell myself. So feeling like with that, he ended up being homeless with me, and it's probably been like a year and a couple months that like I've actually like had to sleep out on the sidewalks or in parks.
How was your life like before? Like, have you ever had a job at all?
I mean, I danced a lot.
Dance.
I mean, when I was younger, I worked at like Wendy's and pizza shops, but like I was saying, I was going to school. I was taking classes, trying to have a normal life so I could stop dancing. And
Traumatic life. Last question. What will you tell a young person like 16, 17, 18 out here ripping and running the streets with barely no food or no shelter, and they're on the same drug as you?
this shit's not worth it. Like, a lot of women are getting hurt out here. I see it a lot more, like, lately. I've been seeing it a lot more. Like, this girl that I know, I don't know her well, but her face was so badly beaten. She was walking around for days. She couldn't wipe the blood off of her face because she was so badly beaten that, like, she was so sore that she couldn't. Like I said, they found the girl in the suitcase. Like, you could think that someone is so normal and hop in the wheel with them, and then after that it's a wrap. Like,
yeah, I know I said my last question was my last question, but when is rock bottom for you?
I don't know what rock bottom. I think you never have a rock bottom. Like, that shit just gets worse and worse. Cause like this, it's just getting worse. I'm gonna end up dying out here if I stay out here.
Well, for the most part, keep your head up. Don't let nobody bring you down. You can get out of this. You can get out of this lifestyle. You just gotta stay on the straight and narrow. You know? You've done it before, and I believe you can do it again. All Time Media be praying for you.